The Zarek were a race feared across the galaxy, known for their predatory instincts and ruthless efficiency. Their reptilian appearance, combined with their advanced hunting skills, made them formidable adversaries. They thrived on the thrill of the hunt, often targeting weaker species to assert their dominance. When they set their sights on humans, they viewed them as an easy prey, underestimating the resilience and ingenuity of their chosen victims. The initial decision to hunt humans was driven by a desire to demonstrate their superiority and expand their territory without significant resistance. The Zarek launched brutal attacks on human colonies situated in remote parts of the galaxy. Their assaults were swift and merciless, leaving devastation in their wake. Settlements were razed, and survivors were few, spreading tales of horror and despair. The Zarek's reputation grew as colonies fell, one after another, to their savage onslaught. They reveled in the fear they instilled, believing their dominance was unchallenged. Human colonies were thrown into chaos as the Zarek attacks intensified. Fear and desperation spread among the colonists, who struggled to comprehend the relentless nature of their attackers. Families were torn apart, and entire communities were decimated. The psychological toll was immense, with survivors haunted by the memories of the brutal hunts. In this atmosphere of despair, a few key individuals emerged who would play pivotal roles in humanity's response. These included military leaders, scientists, and tacticians who were determined to turn the tide against the Zarek. Unbeknownst to the Zarek, humanity had not been idle. A covert military faction, known as the Phantom Corps, had been preparing for such a threat for years. Comprised of elite soldiers, scientists, and engineers, the Phantom Corps had developed advanced stealth and weaponry technology in secret. Their arsenal included cloaking devices, energy-based weapons, and sophisticated drones designed for both combat and reconnaissance. The faction's readiness was the result of meticulous planning and foresight, ensuring that they could defend humanity against even the most formidable foes. The moment the Zarek launched their attacks, the Phantom Corps activated their plans. The first counterstrike was a masterclass in surprise and strategy. Using their advanced technology, the humans launched a coordinated assault on the Zarek hunting parties. Cloaked ships infiltrated Zarek territories, launching precision strikes that crippled their forces. Energy weapons cut through Zarek armor with ease, and combat drones provided critical support, outmaneuvering the alien hunters. The Zarek, accustomed to unchallenged dominance, were thrown into disarray. The ferocity and effectiveness of the human counterstrike left them stunned. What they had dismissed as weak prey now showed an unexpected and formidable resistance. Confusion spread among the Zarek ranks as their hunters became the hunted. The realization that they had underestimated humanity dawned too late, and the balance of power began to shift. The initial shock and confusion of the Zarek were palpable as they faced the determined and technologically superior human forces. The conflict between humanity and the Zarek rapidly escalated as both sides prepared for a prolonged battle. The initial shock of the human counterstrike wore off, and the Zarek regrouped, launching more coordinated and ferocious attacks. They adapted their tactics, employing advanced tracking and assault methods to counter the human technology. The stakes grew higher with each engagement, and casualties mounted on both sides. Human colonies fortified their defenses, but the relentless Zarek onslaught pushed them to their limits. The battle for survival intensified, with each skirmish becoming more brutal and desperate. Several key battles showcased the ingenuity and adaptability of the human forces. In one such engagement, a human commander led a daring raid on a Zarek supply line, using cloaked ships to bypass enemy defenses. The operation was a resounding success, crippling the Zarek's ability to sustain their offensive. In another instance, a small human outpost, surrounded and outnumbered, held off a Zarek assault by using advanced drones and automated turrets in a brilliant display of tactical brilliance. Moments of heroism abounded, with soldiers sacrificing themselves to protect their comrades and secure vital victories. The effectiveness of human technology continued to surprise and confound the Zarek, turning the tide in numerous critical engagements. As the conflict wore on, human intelligence officers began to intercept communications that hinted at a deeper conspiracy. Suspicious activities and inconsistencies in the Zarek's strategies suggested that they were being manipulated by an external force. Intercepted messages contained cryptic references to a powerful ancient race, known only in legends, that seemed to be pulling the strings behind the scenes. The pieces of the puzzle slowly came together, building suspense and raising the terrifying possibility that humanity and the Zarek were mere pawns in a larger game. The first contact with the ancient race occurred during a chaotic battle. Both human and Zarek forces were engaged in fierce combat when a massive, ancient warship appeared out of nowhere, its technology far surpassing anything either side had encountered. The warship's presence halted the battle as both sides watched in awe and trepidation. The ancient race communicated their intent, revealing their role in manipulating the conflict to weaken both humanity and the Zarek for their own purposes. The tension was palpable as humans and Zarek alike realized the gravity of the situation. The need for an uneasy alliance to confront this greater threat became evident, setting the stage for a new chapter in their struggle for survival. The negotiations between humans and the Zarek were fraught with tension. Representatives from both sides met in a neutral zone, each faction bringing their own set of demands and grievances. The humans, led by seasoned diplomat General Wallace, were wary of Zarek's past brutality, while the Zarek, represented by the fierce warrior Svar, were suspicious of human cunning. Mistrust hung heavy in the air, with both sides reluctant to share their resources and strategies. Key figures emerged who advocated for cooperation, such as Captain Mira, who had witnessed firsthand the benefits of unity in previous battles, and Zarek strategist Krall, who saw the alliance as a necessary evil to ensure their survival. Opposition came from hardliners on both sides, unwilling to forget past hostilities. Despite the challenges, the urgency of the threat posed by the ancient race forced an agreement. The first joint operations were meticulously planned, involving a mix of human technological prowess and Zarek's combat expertise. The combined forces launched a series of coordinated strikes against the ancient race's strongholds. The initial operations were marred by friction. Humans and Zarek struggled to trust each other fully, leading to misunderstandings and near-disastrous mistakes. However, as the operations continued, moments of cooperation began to shine through. A critical mission to disable a powerful ancient weapon saw humans and Zarek soldiers fighting side by side, their combined efforts leading to a hard-won victory. Major battles against the ancient race showcased the growing effectiveness of the alliance. In one significant engagement, human and Zarek fleets executed a daring plan to outflank and destroy a heavily fortified ancient outpost. Human tactical ingenuity, combined with the Zarek's brute strength and resilience, resulted in a decisive victory that turned the tide of the conflict. These battles not only demonstrated the power of their combined forces but also fostered an evolving relationship between humans and Zarek. Fighters from both sides began to respect and rely on each other, their initial mistrust slowly giving way to mutual respect. However, the alliance was not without its internal conflicts. A subplot of betrayal emerged when a high-ranking Zarek officer, secretly colluding with the ancient race, sabotaged a critical mission, causing significant casualties. The betrayal shook the alliance to its core, casting doubt and suspicion among the ranks. General Wallace and Svar worked tirelessly to uncover the traitor and restore trust. The betrayal's impact was profound, nearly derailing their efforts, but it also solidified the resolve of those committed to the alliance. The stage was set for the final confrontation with the ancient race, with both humans and Zarek determined to confront their shared enemy and resolve their internal conflicts once and for all. The final, climactic battle against the ancient race unfolded on a massive scale, with the human-Zarek alliance launching a full-scale assault on the heart of the enemy's stronghold. The combined might of advanced human technology and the sheer ferocity of the Zarek warriors was on full display. Coordinated strikes targeted the ancient race's defensive systems, while ground forces engaged in brutal hand-to-hand combat. The stakes were incredibly high, with the fate of both civilizations hanging in the balance. Explosions rocked the battlefield, and the air was thick with the sounds of warfare. As the battle raged on, strategic brilliance from human commanders and relentless assaults from Zarek fighters began to turn the tide. The decisive moment came when a joint strike team managed to infiltrate the enemy's command center, planting charges that crippled their control systems. With their command structure in disarray, the ancient race's forces began to falter. The manipulative plans that had set the Zarek and humans against each other unraveled as the Alliance pressed their advantage. Key contributions from both sides were crucial. Human engineers disabled critical defenses, while Zarek warriors led charges that broke enemy lines. The ancient race, caught off guard by the tenacity and cooperation of their adversaries, fell one by one. The aftermath of the battle was a scene of both devastation and triumph. Survivors from the Alliance stood amidst the wreckage, their immediate reactions a mix of relief and exhaustion. Cheers of victory mingled with the somber realization of the lives lost in the struggle. In the resolution of the Alliance, leaders from both humans and Zarek came together to formalize their newfound partnership. Agreements were made to ensure mutual support and cooperation moving forward. The respect and understanding that had developed through their shared struggle were palpable. Hostilities between the two species officially ended, paving the way for a tentative peace. Diplomatic channels were established to foster ongoing communication and collaboration, setting the stage for a more united front in the galaxy. The epilogue reflected on the themes of hidden strength, preparation, and unity. Human colonies began the process of rebuilding, their resilience bolstered by the knowledge that they were not alone in the galaxy. Diplomatic relations with the Zarek flourished, leading to joint initiatives in trade, defense, and exploration. The story concluded with a hopeful message about the power of unexpected alliances and the enduring spirit of humanity. Through adversity, both species had discovered that their greatest strength lay in their ability to come together and overcome even the most formidable challenges.